Yesterday I made a video suggesting that you think about the person that has caused you the most grief in your life and send them love. Pray for that person. See them having all of the things that they desire in their lives. And several people sent me private messages telling me that they could never do that. I thought the same thing. Back before my terminal cancer diagnosis, there was a person in my life that caused me so much grief for many years, told me what a piece of shit I was, and told me that I'd never be anything without him, and then later went to court and said I was a violent drug abuser and had my son taken away from me. I wanted very little more than to see him. Okay, I'm not going to give you all the details of what I saw in my head. I'll give you a few. In the bodybuilding competitions, we would win Excalibur swords, and they were sharpened. And so I've got about a dozen swords in my house, and one of the things I dreamed multiple times was put a sword out on the front porch with a sign that said, "Pick it up, I fucking dare you." And then the visualization that went through with that, with me always conquering him, was not hurting him. All it was doing was hurting me. The hatred I had towards him, all of the feelings that I had toward him, there were none that were good. And so feeling that way puts that feeling in my body, not his. And I had a mentor remind me of that. "Susan, it's only hurting you." And he was the one that told me, send that person love. And my response to that was, fuck that. Not going to happen. And then at some point, I just started thinking, how can I send him love without feeling like I'm doing it? I was working at a place where we delivered distilled water, and I put a big sign on the water tank. There was I don't know how many thousand, like a 1,000-gallon tank, that said, "May all who come in contact with this water be blessed with the prosperity they desire." And I knew that he could potentially drink some of that water, and I knew that it could potentially bless him. But I felt like if I was sending that blessing out to everyone who drank it, it was going to make me feel better about myself. And so that's where it started. And then I continued from there on. And every time somebody challenged me or threw me under the bus or screwed me over, however, I would look at two things. One, where am I doing that to myself? Okay, three things. One, where am I doing that to myself? Two, where am I doing that to other people? And three, how can I change it? And the best way I knew to change it was to think of those people as 3 or 4-year-old little kids. Somebody hurt them at some point in time. And imagine that little child standing and crying and not knowing what to do, and realizing that that version of that person still exists. That scared, crying little child still exists in that grown-up who's screwing people over. What if we could love that little child? That little 3-year-old. Pick it up. Pick him up. Pick her up. Hold it. Tell them it's going to be okay. How is that going to change that person? Because you know it will. I know it will. Everything is energy. And if we can send out love, maybe we can also pick ourselves up. Pick that 3-year-old version of ourselves up. Hold her. Hold him. Tell them it's going to be okay. We've overcome everything we've ever faced. We'll overcome the next things too. We always do. And if we don't, and it's all over, I don't know what happens next. People claim that they know what happens next, but I don't know that anybody really does. Do we have to come back and start all over again? For most of it takes 40, 50, 60 years to figure it out. Then we have to come again next time and learn the same lessons all over again till we get past it. Why don't you work on it now? Love other people and realize that the most important thing is loving yourself. Love really can heal the world. You know, when I say I love you bye at the end of all my videos, everybody, it doesn't matter who sees it now, no matter how much somebody has challenged me, or again, like when I say throw me under the bus, specific people come to mind, but I still love them anyway. What happened in their lives to where they had to harm somebody else in order to get ahead? They're not ahead now. Love yourself. Love yourself. Self-care leads to self-love. Self-love leads to self-worth. Know that you are worthy of everything, everything, everything you desire. Are the waves coming yet? Not yet, but they will. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye.